Welcome to Easy Pace English, the place where English is learned calmly with real life examples, practical vocabulary, and natural conversation. If you're learning English and you've already reached the intermediate or upper intermediate level, today's lesson will help you take the next big step. In this video, we'll explore advanced English expressions, real, natural C1 level phrases you'll hear in everyday conversations between fluent speakers. The goal is not to memorize dozens of difficult words, but to become familiar with the types of expressions that make conversations smoother, more dynamic, and more fluent. I'll walk you through each expression with an explanation, context, and examples of how to use it in your own conversations. Let's get started. Expression 1. To play it by ear. This expression means to decide what to do as the situation develops, instead of making a fixed plan in advance. Let's say a friend asks you if you want to go to the park or the movies this weekend. You could say, let's just play it by ear. It's a flexible, relaxed way to communicate that you're open to different options and prefer to see how things go. It's often used by native speakers when making casual plans or dealing with unpredictable situations. Expression 2. To be on the fence. This means you haven't decided yet. You're uncertain or undecided about something. For example, I'm still on the fence about whether to take the new job or stay where I am. It's a great way to express indecision without sounding passive. It shows that you're still thinking, weighing options. Expression 3. To get the hang of something. This phrase means to begin to understand or become skilled at something, especially something new or difficult at first. For instance, it took me a while, but I'm finally getting the hang of using this new software. It's often used when you're learning a skill, like cooking, speaking a new language, or even driving. Expression 4. To be out of your depth. This means you're in a situation that is too difficult or unfamiliar, and you don't feel fully capable of handling it. A great example would be, I agreed to give a presentation on finance, but honestly, I felt completely out of my depth. It's common in professional contexts or when someone is doing something beyond their current level of experience. Expression 6. To take something for granted. This means to assume something will always be available or happen without appreciating it fully. You might say, I used to take my health for granted until I got sick. It's a reflective expression, often used when someone realizes they've overlooked something important. Expression 7. To keep someone in the loop. A very natural phrase in work and communication settings. It means to keep someone updated or informed. You could say, even though I'm on vacation, please keep me in the loop about any major updates. It's efficient, polite, and professional. Expression 8. To take something with a pinch of salt. This expression is very similar to a grain of salt and is more common in British English. It means not to take something too literally or too seriously. If someone says, he tends to exaggerate, so take what he says with a pinch of salt, it means don't believe everything exactly as it's told. Expression 9. To be in two minds. This means to be torn between two choices, to feel unsure which decision to make. For example, I'm in two minds about going to the party. I want to see my friends, but I also feel exhausted. It's a very expressive way to show hesitation and internal conflict. Expression 10. To bite the bullet. This means to do something difficult or unpleasant that you've been avoiding. You might say, I've been putting off the dentist, but I guess I'll just have to bite the bullet and make the appointment. It's often used to express determination in facing something uncomfortable. Expression 11. To touch base. This means to make quick contact or check in with someone. You could say, let's touch base next week to review the project. It's very common in business English, especially in emails and meeting follow-ups. Expression 12. To go around in circles. This means to keep discussing the same thing without making progress. For example, we've been talking about this budget issue for hours. We're just going around in circles. It expresses frustration and the need for clearer decisions or direction. Expression 13. To get something off your chest. This means to talk about something that's been bothering you. It's often emotional. You might say, I've been meaning to talk to you. I just need to get something off my chest. It implies honesty, vulnerability, and release of tension. Expression 14. To drop the ball. This means to make a mistake or fail to do something important. In a team meeting, someone might say, I completely dropped the ball on that deadline. I am sorry. It's often used when admitting fault or taking responsibility. Expression 15. To be back to square one. This means to start again from the beginning after a failed attempt. For instance, we lost all the data, so now we're back to square one. It's used in both professional and personal contexts, often with a sense of frustration. Let's take a quick pause to reflect. These expressions are advanced, but they're not complicated if you hear them in real conversations and practice using them in your own speech. And that's the key. Don't just memorize, internalize. Try using them in context during real or simulated conversations. Let's keep going. Expression 16. To hit the ground running. This means to start something quickly and effectively without delay. For example, we need someone who can join the team and hit the ground running. It's commonly used in job interviews or when talking about new hires. Expression 17. To take it with a heavy heart. This means to do something with sadness or emotional difficulty. You might hear, it's with a heavy heart that I announce my resignation. It's very formal and expressive, often used in writing or speeches. Expression 18. To be ahead of the curve. This means to be more advanced or innovative than others. For example, their marketing strategies are always ahead of the curve. It's great for describing companies, products, or people who are leading the way. Expression 19. To call a day. This means to stop working or finish for the day. It's informal and very commonly used. For instance, it's 6 p.m. Let's call it a day. It implies that the work is done or enough has been accomplished. Expression 20. To think on your feet. This means to react quickly and effectively without preparation. In job interviews, people often say, this role requires someone who can think on their feet. It implies confidence and mental agility, perfect for speaking or leadership roles. These are the kinds of expressions that native speakers use every day, at work, in conversations with friends, or during difficult moments when emotional nuance matters. When you recognize and understand them, you'll find yourself listening differently. And when you start using them, your English will start sounding more natural, more fluid, and more advanced. Let me give you one final tip. Don't try to learn all 20 phrases at once. Choose 5 that feel useful to you right now. Practice them. Write them into sentences. Say them out loud. Use them in conversations with friends or in your language learning journal. The more you use them, the more natural they become. Thanks for learning with Easy Pace English. And remember, learning English is not a race. It's a journey. See you in the next lesson.